Hey everyone, this is Nathan. Hope you guys are doing well. Just calling to share real quick about a camp I was at last week, the Brethren in Christ Midwest Youth Camp. God was moving powerfully. His message was proclaimed and kids were coming to Christ. It was crazy. So the Spirit of God was just present and active and moving. He was doing all the heavy lifting that we certainly couldn't do in the lives of these students. We saw 30 students, basically 50% of the room decide to go all in for Jesus, total surrender. They were all faces on the floor saying, Jesus, all I am is yours. We saw as God moved and called 12 students to missions. That was a powerful moment. At the end of the message, I gave a call and said, hey, I want to see the people who are goers. And I was going to explain more about what that means and all of this. And the Spirit of God was just moving so powerfully and so thickly in the room at that moment that students just started standing up, and like 12 students stood up to say, hey, I sense that God's calling me to international missions. And then we also just, as a rule of thumb, as a Forge speaker, it's become really important that we're proclaiming this message of everyday laborership, that no matter who you are, no matter what you do for a vocation, no matter if you're young, old, rich, poor, educated, uneducated, God doesn't really care. He wants to use you to advance His kingdom every day, everywhere. And at the end of that message, almost everyone in the room stood up and said, I want to be a kingdom laborer. And I was taken almost off guard by the response. Individuals were standing up and sharing, and by the end of the time, I was just struck by how many, like 95, 98% of the room was standing up saying, hey, I want to be a laborer. I want to represent Jesus in my ordinary everyday places. So thank you for praying. God is so obviously and clearly answering your prayers because He's moving in these places and He's doing these things. And I believe that these students will never be the same as a result of the impact He made on their lives. So thank you for praying. Thank you for your work. God is on the move, and He's up to immeasurably more than we could ever ask or imagine. It's true, just like His Word says. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless.